Welcome to another Gearhead Forge project. Today we're working on this 1991 Silver Bullet NA Miata. It's got a turbo, it was $2,000, and it's not really running. So today we're going to be working on tuning it up, getting it to be more efficient while it runs, not the fear of it exploding, and we'll go from there. This is not an official Gearhead Forge project car, but it is one we as a team are working on. This is James Pope. His brother Josh Pope, who can't make it today, is also part of Gearhead Forge, and you'll see him around as well. So James, tell us about this NA Miata.
Yeah, so this is a 1991 NA Miata with the 1.6, obviously. I need to check the VIN to make sure it's not a short nose crank, because that's never fun when it wobbles off the end.
Sure.
I bought this morning for $2,000 because previous owner can't figure out why it won't stay running consistently. It's got the Voodoo 2 Flyin Miata turbo kit. So we're hoping, since it's running just a little bit lean, that it may be just injectors or something like that. And we're gonna see if we can get it running later today.
Yep, so let's take a look at it. All right, we just got the airbox off. Now we're going to take the sensor off the airbox and put that on the other Miata, the Silver Bullet, and we'll see what it does.
Alright, so we got the two air boxes out here. One of them has a little adapter tube thing that we need to take off and put on this one. Once that is done, we're going to pop it back in here, tighten it all up, and we'll see if that fixes our problem. I am not hopeful. I think it's probably a faulty injector somewhere, but it's easier, so we're going to start with that.
The new airbox and sensor is on, so now we're going to try and start the car, see what it does. If all else fails from that, we will go on and swap the injectors over, and hopefully that'll be the final nail in the coffin to fix it. But fingers crossed this thing runs now. Let's see what it does.
Back to square one. Yeah, I think it's injectors. So, trying to start it, same issues before, so we're going to put the old airbox back in because that wasn't the problem, and we're going to swap out the injectors from a car we know injectors work on, maybe fuel rail as well, depending on how easy that all is, and we'll see how it goes from there. Alright, what's up everybody? It is a new day, and it's freezing cold. Last night I swapped out the injectors on this from our Ralliata, which is quickly becoming a poor little parts car. Hopefully we'll actually get around to fixing that at some point. One of them was spraying fuel everywhere because of a leaking O-ring gasket, so that has been repaired and fixed. Now no leaks, nothing like that. So today, plan is to swap out coil packs, and hopefully that will fix our poor running issues, and if that does not, it's going to be a real fun search for some vacuum leak somewhere in charge piping or something like that. So let's get to it. So we got new injectors in with new O-rings on the seals. That seems to have solved our cold starting problem. Now we're going to replace the coil pack, and hopefully that fixes our issues. If not, maybe new spark plugs, and we'll go from there. Alright, so quick update. We have got the AFM set, made sure that everything's working properly. We checked all our vacuum lines and hoses. All those are sealed up tight so we don't have any vacuum leaks. We went ahead and changed the spark plugs and wires, and we're going to go take it on a quick test drive, do some tests, measurements, all that stuff, and see how it goes from there. So, after our quick little test drive there, turns out the person who installed this turbo kit did not tighten down charge piping maybe as much as they were supposed to, so intercooler fell off. So we're going to go through, check all the charge piping, make sure it's all correctly installed because it's got some issues already that we saw. So hopefully that doesn't take too long. We will update y'all when we're done with that. So we're here at a different location now. Back at the shop, our SD cards got full, so we came here to unload them and get new ones. We did go ahead and piece back together the intercooler. That didn't really solve any of our problems, so we are going to replace the AFM. We have a new one on order. Unfortunately, that will not be here until the 8th. So we're going to continue working on it, see if we can figure out what's going on. But potentially that is the problem, and we won't have it fixed until the 8th. So hopefully next episode it'll be running, and we'll see you guys then.